Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I am doing, honestly, an early finale today for a same pan last year. This is definitely something that you use that are items that are neglected in your collection, sort of a focus on neglected items. And I am going to be so honest when I say these are continually neglected even in this project. So, it's telling me something a little bit, a little bit. I will explain. In the last couple months, I have been using and focusing on face palettes and just other items in my collection that I kind of want to get a grasp on. And some of the things in here I know I already love, so that's why they're neglected in general, but they're also heavily neglected because I'm trying to focus on other things. Um, so Okay, so let's just talk about the project first because I'm getting a little bit of ahead of myself. So this was created by Shelly from Unapologetically Shelly. She has not been on YouTube for a little while. I don't know where she is, but I surely hope that she's doing okay. Um, so this is Same Pan Last Year Project Pan, which runs from January the 8th to December the 8th of 2024. And I feel like closing it out 1 month early isn't a big deal. I'm also trying to dwindle down. Cannot talk today. My brain is going so much faster than my mouth. But I'm trying to dwindle down my panning items in my collection, putting them back into my full makeup collection so that I can have a clean slate for when I start in 2025. And for December, I just want to use what I want to use and talk about my collection and talk about my hopes and plans for 2025. Wow, 2025. We thought 2000 was the big deal, you guys. 2025. We are a quarter of the way into the century, like 2025 or the next 100 years. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so in this project, you use your neglected items and you also follow the timeline of events. And then you make your own goals and use as many prompts as you want. I threw pretty much everything in except for there was a couple of smaller ones that I didn't. But yeah, so the first item is, or the first prompt is holiday or Christmas. So if you don't celebrate Christmas and it's just a holiday for you, it's December 25th. And I brought in the lipstick from MAC in New York Apple. And this is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. And it's very beautiful. My husband actually gifted this to me for Christmas one year because I tried looking for this at our local MAC store. There's like 4 MAC stores here, or there were 4 MAC stores. I think there's three now. I think there's 3 now. But I couldn't find this anywhere. And then I guess he had located it and bought it for me for Christmas, and I was not expecting it. And so it's something that I treasure, but I also now want to just start getting use out of. So it's something that I will continue to use over November and December, but just at my will and not like put pressure in a project. Another thing, so let me go back. I wanted to complete this. That's obviously not even close to what happened. Like, I got a little bit of use, but it's definitely still kicking and almost looking brand new. So, totally faltered there. The next item is, or prompt is, Boxing Day, which is December 26th. Now, Boxing Day, I can speak for myself because I'm Canadian. That is a Canadian event, and it's similar to Black Friday, but it's just called Boxing Day, and it's the day after Christmas where everything goes on sale. So you get Christmas money, you get gift cards, and then you go spend them in the store the next day because everything's like 50% off or more. And so it's basically our Black Friday, but it started off with very, very budget limit, and now it's turned into like spend, spend, spend. So it has definitely adapted, but it started off as like a budget thing. So the prompt is a budget item. Sorry, I can feel there's like a hair on my back. You know that sensation, and you can just feel it there. So I brought in ColourPop's Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian, and I'm gonna weigh this. I think I'm just gonna have to move you guys to the side for just a second. But I'm going to use my scale because I have to see where we're at now. I have used it a minute amount. We were at 27.68 and now we're at 27.58. I'm actually going to write that down because I want to see where it was at when I last used it. Okay. So I started off at 27.93 and it went down to 27.58. So my goal was to hit pan on this, and I still may actually do that this year. There is a really good dip. I barely put the palm of my, or the pad, I should say, of my fingertip in there. And then I just kind of like, I haven't put any highlighter on today. So I just tap this ever so lightly, but it just like it glows. So you barely need anything, but like face on, you can barely see I have highlighter. And then when I turn to the light, it's like, holy shit. Pardon my French, but it is like potent. Okay. So I usually put this under my foundation because you can still see it through the foundation, but it is just like, holy moly cow. Like, yeah. So it's definitely something that I will continue to use, but I'm going to put it maybe back into my collection for now. But I'm happy about that. That's great that I used up that many grams. And then the next one is something that you held on to for a special occasion, or something that you save for a special occasion. And I brought in my Makeup Geek Pigment in Utopia. This is so stinking beautiful, and it's so glittery and glowy. And this is very like New Year's Eve for me. And it's also missing the top on it. Like, it doesn't have a sifter. So I can't open it and just show you because there's no sifter. Or otherwise I would have to hold my breath for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to, that was exaggeration, but I'm going to, of course, put this back into my collection. My goal was to use this 10 times and I used it once. Only once this year. That means I need to light a fire under my butt and get this done. Not done, but like get use on it next year. Because why do I just hold on to this if I'm not going to use it? I love this. I absolutely love this product, and yet I'm not touching it. So start using your stuff. I'm telling myself that. And I mean, maybe some of you, maybe I'm telling some of you that too, because I know you guys are with me out there. If you're project panners, you're a project panner for a reason. I know your collections are probably just as big as mine. So the next prompt is 4th of July, which is a product from an indie brand. And I brought in this lovely leopard print from Amazon Faux Z palette. And I filled it with 18 beautiful shades of indie eyeshadows, ranging from Shine by SD, Glaminatrix, Terra Moons, all kinds of eyeshadows in here. And just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. There, in the Pat McGrath Holiday palette, there is this shade that's sort of like a reddish shade. And it reminds me of this one. And I'm like, I need that palette because I need that shade. But I already own an even better version of it right here. But do I still want that because of that shade? Yes. Because I'm silly like that, but I'm not going to be buying it. I spend too much money. That's all I'll say. Hauls are coming, I'm telling you. It's been bad. So I wanted to use these 18 eyeshadows, a total of any of these 30 times, and I've used them a total of 10. Now, in the year, I've used these way more than 10 times, but in this project, that is wrong because I brought these in at the beginning. So this whole year, I've only used all of these 10 times. That's because I was panning my eyeshadow palette. But I could have actually used like this one here. I could have used this one on top of my Pan That palette. I could have used this one on top of my Pan That palette. There's so many in here I could have used on my Pan That palette. So that is a shame. Only 10 uses this year. I'm actually shocked. Like shocked. But I still have November and December to use my Pan That palette, so I will probably still grab for these, but I'm also trying to make a dent in other eyeshadows, and I am not using eyeshadows at the very moment. I don't even have mascara on because I'm having a bit of an eye issue right now, so until that clears up, I'm just not doing anything with my eyes. So that's why no eye makeup this time. But yeah, 10 uses out of 30. That's so sad. Actually, I think it looks like 11. but still 11 out of 30 is not the greatest. That's a fail. Okay, that's a fail. It's not even halfway. And then for Halloween, which is October 31st, boop, boop. Something Halloween themed, a release or something spooky. And of course, I brought in my Chucky cream eyeshadow from Smashbox. And I've only used it 2 times. That's it, 2 times. I love this. I love this. I just wish I liked cream eyeshadow more, but I don't. And, you know, I can't fault myself. That's just who I am. But I literally bought it for the packaging. I'm going to be the first person to say this color is a little too warm for me, but I don't even care. I spent an exorbitant amount of money on this, way more than I should have, and I am very okay with that. So dumb. So dumb, but I'm okay with it. But I only wanted to use it 5 times and I used it 2. So terrible. Last prompt is Day of the Dead, which is November 1st and November 2nd. And you can either pick a prompt from Graveyard, like Project Graveyard, Project Pan, or Day of the Dead Project Pan, which has just ended and I'm so sad. I really love doing that project. But I brought in a clay mask for the prompt clay skull. And you can use any mask really, but I brought in a clay mask and I brought in the Bloom Superpower Pore Clarifying Clay Mask. I have not used it at all this entire year. I got it at the end of 2023 for the holiday kits. It was just randomly some mask in there, and I don't mask much, but I have been. I'm using one that's in, I think it's my 50 Shades of Brown, and I just started using it, and I've been using it every like 4 days, and it's been going really well, and I don't want to jinx myself because I feel like it's been going pretty well. So maybe once that is completed, I'll go back to this other one and maybe throw that in another project. But it's unfortunate that I went an entire year and didn't use it once. That's so sad. So that is all of my items. As you can tell, they are heavily neglected still. 10 uses out of 365 days because I'm using my Pan That palette. Like, yeah, my poor beautiful single eyeshadows are just like everything has waited. Everything has been so patient and waiting for mommy to come. No, that just sounds so weird. So weird. Okay, I will stop before I get even more ridiculous. It's so late. I'm tired. Where did this one fit in? I have an item that I didn't talk about. Is it even in this project? I missed one. Oh, I missed one. Okay, so I actually missed 2. I missed 2. So let me talk about those. I am so sorry. I have Dog Days of Summer, which is July 3rd to August 11th, which is something hot and sultry. And I brought in a red Sephora cream lip stain, which is a liquid lipstick. And I wanted to use it 5 times and I used it twice all year. And I also use Latin Heritage Month is between September 15th and October 15th. And that is something from a Latinx brand, which I brought in the Melt Glazed Skin Sheer Finishing Powder in the shade Fair. And I could only use this for the beginning of the year because it is so fair. It is so fair. It's basically like a highlighter. Like, I am not, like, it is just too, like, I can actually put that on top of this highlight and it would still be like a highlight. That's how fair it is. But if you put it on a fluffy brush and you just dab it all over your face, it just looks so beautiful. And I actually can see like the rings are starting to show a little bit. So I still think I have a long way to go in this, but I can actually see the ribbing of the pan in the bottom. And this is the one that I used 11 times, not the 18 eyeshadows, which is why I went down a little bit in my list and I missed 2 items. So sincerely sorry about all the mix up and the craziness. I'm just so tired and trying desperately to catch up on all my projects. But I really, really, really love this. And I think I would like this better in a medium shade. I do have light, which is fantastic for winter, but I think medium would be better for summer. So I still obviously am going to keep this and use this because it is so great. I do really, really enjoy this product. But now that is everything that is going back into my collection. And hopefully you will see these in future projects because I desperately and definitely want to get these used at some point. So wish me luck because it has been very difficult, but thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.